Hey, so today we're going to talk about building an analytical culture. Going to go over some attributes. First one being find or identify patterns and get to root causes. Thought it was interesting because they talked about Toyota's 5 whys approach to finding root causes, and obviously Toyota's analytical culture is really effective because they are a very successful company. Another one is talking about seek data, not just stories, to analyze a question or issue. I don't know if you guys know Memorial Hermann, but it's the largest hospital system in Texas and has become increasingly analytical over time and actually won the 2009 National Quality Forum Award. So it tells a story about how an executive talked to a few patients and they said that the food was one of the main factors to their satisfaction, when really after some analytics were done that was one of the lowest predictors of patient satisfaction. And if that executive just went off those two customers or patients, then they would have put their resources in places that didn't really need it. Another attribute of an analytical culture is value negative results as well as positive. I mean, negative results really help you understand where you need to work. So they're just as valuable as positive. Use the results of analysis to make decisions and take actions. It's funny that they talk about General Motors in this because General Motors really could have used that advice. Really should have applied that into their culture, and maybe they wouldn't be government owned right now. So that's interesting to learn about that, and we'll kind of learn about why GM went bankrupt like it did. Talk about kind of some of the ways to reinforce and implement analytical culture into your company. A few of the ways are pushbacks, and so at Google, we talked about at Google how if you have a new idea, a new feature, they ask you, did you do a test or use data? So like right off the bat, they're reinforcing that analytical culture. And same with Capital One and eBay. It talks about the obligation to dissent, which really just reinforces other people to express their ideas, for management to not always just agree with what they don't agree with, also with co-workers not agreeing with what they don't agree, and everyone just giving their opinions and trying to support them with data. That really is effective. And then it talks about obviously giving praise to those who do use analytics in important decisions that go well. There's kind of like, I would almost say, a case study about hotels.com, which was really interesting about this, and it talks about how analytics was really key in finding the problems that went on in the site and increasing customer satisfaction exponentially, so that the company really moved forward and gained a lot more business. So really, another interesting idea that I found was he talked about a man, Barry Baracha, the former CEO of Earthgrains, and how he used to use data to fire bad customers and products, thereby initiating a dramatic turnaround in his company. And I thought that was super interesting because I never really understood firing the customers. And it goes on to explain that, which is really cool. Another thing that an analytical culture needs to understand is roadblocks, and so it goes on to explain that in more detail and kind of being able to understand like the specific roadblocks that you'll see in your company. So I thought this chapter was really interesting. Obviously, it's not going to be easy to change the culture of your company like overnight. So this chapter is important and really helps one understand how to make those changes and the benefits of making those changes.